Hey folks, it's Alex here at Hankster's Hot Rods. We're at the Homer City, Pennsylvania location with a gorgeous new arrival brought to us through consignment. This one is a 1971 Dodge Challenger RT, and it is an authentic RT. It's finished in a nice dark metallic purple, and you've got the black RT stripes going along the side of the body there. All the bright work on this car is in good shape as far as your window trim there. Chrome on the door handles as well, it's in pretty good shape. You do have driver and passenger body color sport mirrors on this. And we'll take a look at the interior. Goes with the theme of the exterior with the black, and then you've got the classic wood grain trim. It's a very complete interior, very original. You do have a Hurst pistol grip shifter there in the console. And otherwise, it's all standard equipment as far as your interior goes. You can look down the side of the vehicle and see that it is in fact nice and straight. Coming around to the rear, you'll notice all the bright work in the rear is all polished up real nice, from your bumper to your trim around the tail of the quarter panels in the trunk there. Everything lines up very well. Same with the trunk, it lines up well. The rear glass is in good shape, same with all the trim around it. Now we'll go ahead and pop the trunk. You can see the underside is painted in that same metallic purple as the exterior. And we've got a lot of goodies in here as far as spare parts. You do have a full set of original style floor mats. You do have a trunk mat as well. And the rubber seal around that trunk opening is soft and pliable. You can look down the passenger side and see it's nice and straight over here as well. Got the polished chrome gas cap there. All the bright work on this side is in very good shape as well. From the window trim to the door handle, everything's held up with over the years very well. I'll take a look at the interior from our passenger side. Overall, that interior is in great shape. It all appears to be original, other than the seats appear to be recovered at some point. But they're nice and smooth. They don't have any tears or rips. Same with your dash, and the steering wheel on these is prone to cracking. This one's in excellent shape. Same with all the other wood grain trim on the interior. Just overall, it's very well taken care of. And you've got the rubber bump stops on the door. Your rubber seal is soft and pliable. And as we come around to the front of the vehicle, you'll notice we've got the chrome fender mounted antenna there. All the bright work on the front end is in very good shape, and it all lines up well. That grille is in excellent condition. Same with our hood. You got the classic hood pins and hood scoops there. Hood lines up very well. The windshield is in very good condition. Same with all the trim around it. Now we'll take a look under the hood. We'll undo our hood pins here. And as you can see, the underside of the hood is finished in that same purple as the exterior, as is the engine bay itself. And for your powertrain, you've got the 340 Mopar V8. And paired to it is the new Process 883 4-speed manual transmission. As far as your goodies go, or your upgrades on your engine, you've got an Edelbrock cast aluminum intake. You do have FiTech fuel injection system on this car as well, along with an electric fuel pump inside the tank. You do also have a set of ceramic coated long tube headers, some nice chrome pulleys up front. Otherwise, it's going to be your factory standard equipment on this car. You do have power brakes and power steering. And overall, this engine bay is very well put together. It's neat and tidy. And that should about wrap things up for the exterior portion of this car. What we'll do now is go back and put it on the lift, take a look at the underside, and as always, if you're looking to do any upgrades on this car or any of the other vehicles we have on the website, feel free to inquire and we will get back to you with a quote on such work. Now we've got the 71 Challenger up on our lift. We'll do an overview of the underside. Starting with your front suspension, it's going to be all your factory standard equipment, your stamped steel upper and lower control arms. You do have a nice sway bar up front, and that'll help with your body roll through the turns. Also, you do have a pair of aftermarket polished aluminum shocks. And as far as our engine goes, that is a 340 with a new process 883 4-speed transmission. Now for your exhaust, you do have a pair of ceramic coated 1 3/4 Doug's long tube headers. And paired to that is a full dual 2.5-inch exhaust. We'll get back to the mufflers here in a bit. As I look at our engine and transmission at this time, they're free and clear of any drips or leaks. And as far as the brake system goes on this car, you do have power brakes, disc in the front, and drum in the rear. Looking at the general condition of our frame rails and floors heading into the center of the vehicle, everything looks good and solid. All of our cross bracing is nice and straight, same with our frame rails. And if you look at the pinch welds and rocker panels, they're nice and straight on both sides as well. So that full dual exhaust comes back to a pair of Flowmaster stainless steel mufflers in the back. And I'd also like to note that there's no heavy undercoating on this car, just what would have came on it from the factory there. So you can really see the raw condition and just how good a shape everything is in. Now as for our rear end, that is a 8 3/4. It is a posi unit and the gear ratio is going to be 3-2-3. Now for your rear suspension, that's going to be your factory standard heavy duty leaf spring suspension. You do have a sway bar in the rear that'll also help overall with your handling performance. And like I said, you've got the full dual exhaust comes up and over the axle, and you've got a pair of Flow FX stainless steel mufflers from Flowmaster there. And then these are QA1 upgraded shocks, both front and rear on this car. And if I look at the condition of the floor and the frame rails coming into the back of the vehicle, everything looks to be in good shape, just like the front. Frame rails are nice and straight. Coming back to this rear valance, it's nice and straight with a crisp edge on the bottom. Same with your quarter panels as they come down to the rear. Everything's solid and straight. Now that we've done an overview on the underside, we'll lower this car down and fire up that V8.